Hi, it's Maxine, Kaye, and yoga from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. Very happy to be with you and looking forward to seeing many of you tomorrow morning, or many of you seeing us tomorrow morning, Sunday live stream. The only way I get to see you on a Sunday. Oh, did you want to get done already, yoga? Okay. All right, there you go. Go do what you need to do. So the only way that I get to see you on a Sunday morning, unless you're on our little production team, is when you call into Zoom right after our Sunday morning celebration, and we get to chat a little bit. So I'd like to talk a little bit about addiction. It's a big thing these days. It's been for a long time. It's a terrible thing with people becoming addicted to opioids and other drugs, addicted to alcohol, the lesser evils, but still not healthy at all, are tobacco and so forth. There are sex addictions, there are love addictions. It's a matter of something that people cannot seem to do without. It's like it has them in its grip. And addiction, the word itself, comes from a Latin word, addictus, and it's that same kind of having to have, and in fact there was a sense of it being nefarious in terms of going out of your way to betray or anything else to have what you think you must have. Now that's very, very different, of course, from the way the word is used today, and because people make light of it. They'll say, oh, I'm addicted to Starbucks. They're not. No, they enjoy it. They have a good time with it. It's a pleasant thing, but it's not an addiction. And again, going back to the Latin in ancient Rome, addictus, or there's a myth about addictus, and it was about a slave who had been freed, and yet, even though his chains were easily removable by himself, he wandered the earth, never ever removing his chains, never ever truly being free. And that's where the word addiction came from. So, it's too bad. So many of us seem to have even, and I guess I would call it an unhealthy addiction, to negative thoughts, to fear. We can become too immersed in it. I don't know if it's really an addiction or not, but we can become driven by our fears and by our false sense of being separate from our source, being separate from our good. And so it's important to look at what we depend upon. That's a different thing than being addicted. I will kid sometimes and say, I'm addicted to crosswords. Well, sometimes it kind of feels that way because I don't want to get up till I have finished it. But it is not an addiction. It is something that gives me a lot of joy. It's also very good for my brain. I like doing it. I do crosswords every day. I brush my teeth every day. I shower every day. But none of those are addictions. I depend upon the dependable. As a great Christian mystic once said, every soul has a terrible homesickness for God. A terrible homesickness for God. I really get that. And I do believe that many people suffering from addictions of substance, of something that is terribly unhealthy and damaging to them and their families and to the world, because it's a very expensive kind of thing for our health to deal with on many levels. But I think many people who suffer from addictions, and they do suffer, many people who do suffer from addictions are not aware that what is really, really taking place is this terrible homesickness for God, a great longing, a real, authentic longing for life, to be creative and expressive, to feel that beautiful sense of being infilled by Spirit and allowing it to keep us so centered and peaceful and powerful that we don't need to go looking for things to fill up what my beloved teacher Barney used to call the soul hole. We can't really have a hole in our soul, but it can feel like that if we're looking everywhere for something to make us feel better and whole and okay. So let's just dive deeply into that beautiful center of God's love and let ourselves be so filled with it that we're no longer chained, enslaved by anything that keeps us from expressing the divine life and the beautiful, unique being and manifestation of that one life that each of us is. We were designed to be free, so let's allow ourselves to enjoy that divine freedom. So I hope that you'll be with me tomorrow. We always have a wonderful time at our center, even though you're not physically there yet. We continue to envision the day that we will all be together again. In the meantime, we are all together right now, every time we reach out hands and hearts and encompass each other in our minds. So we'll continue to, but in the meantime, do tune in tomorrow simply by going to cslphilly.org, our website, and you can click on the live stream that begins at 10:30. We go until about 11:30, and then there is a Zoom number that is placed on the screen so that if you wish to call in right afterwards and connect with us, you can call in or you can check the link and come on your computer. We'll get to see you. We'll get to talk with you. We'll get to see how you are, how free you're experiencing yourself to be. So you also, on the website, there is an opportunity to continue making contributions, to keep our center healthy and alive and well. And we are so, so deeply grateful to you for continuing to honor this beloved community in that way. So we'll sign off for now, sending you lots of love, wrapping you in peace and power, and hopefully being with you tomorrow.